Hello, Mr. President, or if you wish, uh, President for life, uh, Supreme Leader. Well, I'm a registered law and order Republican, and I really feel compelled to thank you for bringing us about the, I've had people say to me who, I got under their skin a little bit, may you live in interesting times. Well, these are certainly interesting times, and if the truth be known, actually, I love politics because the politics is really not about politics. It's about principles, reason, and belief systems. In other words, it's really about the evolution of God's children, mankind, what we pass to posterity. Um, we hold, of course, I'm sure we can all agree, the well-being of Earth and each other, in our hands. It's our responsibility. In fact, that's the calling of the world's great religious leaders, and for that matter, even statesmen. And so, you know, seeing punks uh, uh, as secret police attacking an honest man, Christopher David, uh, asking them that they uphold their oath and the courage, his courage, and the Portland moms, and just a girl I just read about, Ejonte Gilyard, who stood up for the well-being of fellow employees and customers uh, at a Walmart that, she accuses of a retaliatory firing. And of course, we've seen a number of retaliatory firings via yourself and your administration when you hear something you don't like, and the way some of these, to me, like they're punks, like this Rand Paul and others, that they want to go after whistleblowers who are really just doing what we're supposed to be doing in a representative democracy. So seeing all of this nonsense, this sado-populism, in which people are, demagoguery is used to appeal to people's lesser angels, instill fear, and then have them actually work, vote, and behave against their own best interests. I tell you what, it's really interesting stuff. But it's it just occurred to me that I may want to. Because I can. We still have freedom of speech, and for that matter, freedom of thought. Sir Thomas More and all that. And actually, I'll tell you what really got me going was when it was brought to me that you really had no idea of what Western liberalism is. I just thought that, maybe I should start, take a look. And I got out an old book, could be kind of hard to read. There it is. The Western Intellectual Tradition. And it really talks about how we have evolved from people who were not supposed to ask questions of leaders into having a representative democracy. And you talk, of course, about making America great again. Now, so that's obviously a reference to the past, and let's be honest with that. And I thought I was young. I remember Jack Kennedy when he was president. And, he compiled a book, Profiles in Courage. Well, there it is, Profiles in Courage. And, I began to read that book, and again, this is read a long time ago, in which, at the preface, he says, all errors of fact and judgment are exclusively my own. So right there, that's an act of courage and manhood, because he is accepting responsibility for his own, let us say, mistakes, and also humility, his own, limitations. And he starts off with talking about human virtues. And the first, of course, and while he refers to courage, grace under pressure. And, I just wonder how many, and he talks about politicians who did what they should do for the well-being of mankind, as guided by their own, beliefs. And it's all, just absolutely great stuff. So, a question really becomes, and I remember Bush talk about we don't want to turn the White House into the Waffle House. So, do we have people who are thoughtful and actually think in the best interest of the American people rather than their own self-interest? And actually, the demeaning expression politics is what someone may engage in when they're just going for their own self-interest rather than principles. So statesmen are principled, need to be principled, should be principled, and of course the petty politician, much like a CEO, like your buddy Roy Cohn, CEO of a favor bank. We all read about him. They're petty. They're just going out for the fiduciary well-being of their stockholders. And hey, rich or poor, it's nice to have money, but we do have to have things in their place, because I tell you what, if I want my car fixed, I'm not going to call the lawn doctor or a plumber. I'm going to see a real mechanic, because there could be safety issues involved. So, see, whether somebody is a statesman, like what the qualifications are, how do you become president? Well, it's really open to anybody who can get in there, and especially with this Citizens United, whoever could buy their way in. So the real question is, it's a matter of character. So I'm going to see what I could do to determine, basically, whether or not you should be fired or not. And it's all about, are you a man or a punk? So we know that men accept responsibilities for their actions, don't go about blaming others, and will behave in a fashion that is best for the people they serve. In other words, our country. That's the job of a president, behave in the best interests of all of the people of the country. It's not a matter like favorites, like maybe the way you grew up, that where if you could be the number one brown nose of the daddy, you get whatever you want. Everybody, else is like pushed aside. Daddy's got his favorites. It ain't like that in government. So, again, people take an oath of office, not an oath of fealty. So the question's going to be, man or punk. And I've been asking friends to tell me stories of man or punk. In other words, how do people handle pressure situations. What did they do? So, I'm just so thankful for people who have spoken up, exercised their rights, freedom of speech, and, and gone for what they believe in by demonstrating, etc. So, the question is, Donald Trump, man or punk? All right, sayonara now, au revoir. Good luck. Stay safe. Bye-bye.